Good morning. What's going on, family? How is everybody doing? I hope you guys are doing fantastic. It is officially the first day of fall, autumn equinox, and I am super excited to do this video with you guys today. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Jasmine Atten, Mystic at the Crossroads. My channel is dedicated to helping you on your spiritual journey and manifesting a life that you completely love through the use of candle magic and, hi Luna, and connecting with your higher self and just really cultivating your inner power to be the person that you want to be and to have the life that you want to have. So, as you guys can tell by the title of this video, we are going to be discussing MABON, how to celebrate, how to honor this energy, and some very easy, practical rituals that you can do today, okay? So first and foremost, what is MABON? It is the 8th Sabbath. Sabbath is termed for pagan holiday, the last holiday of the year. It is essentially the pagan or witches' Thanksgiving. Before the traditional Thanksgiving that we all celebrate in November. Yeah, pagans did it first, honey. This is a time for being grateful, for being thankful, for preparing for the transformation, for setting intentions, moving in or getting ready to move into what we know on the Western calendar of the new year. This is a time for self-reflecting. This autumn equinox is the day where the hours of the day and night are equal, and now we're getting ready to shift over to the longer nights, cooler temperatures, where as we all know, the leaves start to change, animals go into hibernation, and essentially that's kind of something that we do as well. This is a perfect time for doing shadow work. This is a perfect time for really reflecting on the things that you have experienced this year and starting to think about when the season changes again, going into the energy of growth, which is in spring. What are some of the things that you would like to already have in place to create or to have a better upcoming year, if that makes sense? I know 2020 has been challenging for absolutely everyone around the globe. We all know that, and I won't go too deep into that, but I know a lot of people may be sitting and thinking to themselves, well, what is it that I have to be grateful for? It's been a very challenging year. What am I thankful for? And, you know, I feel that gratitude is a personal decision. You can choose to be grateful for the very little things in life. But if you're still here, that's one thing. You know, I'm not going to tell you what you should be grateful for, but you should be able to kind of really sit down and reflect on those things. And like I said, I know it has been challenging. It's been challenging for me. No one was exempt of the things that have occurred this year. But if you're still able to push through, if you have a device that you're able to even watch this video on, or other content creators, then that's something to be grateful for, so you can really start there, okay? There's lots of fantastic videos really breaking down more about MABON and the equinox and what it means spiritually, so I'm not going to cover too much of that. You can do your own research and figure all of that out, but what I am going to do is go over a very short list of about 10 things that you can do to celebrate today, okay? MABON, I will also mention, falls between September 21st and 23rd, so I will be doing a lot of these things today and tomorrow. I actually even started a few days ago, but since today is the actual down the middle equinox, some of these specific things I will be actually doing today. So the first thing, this is something you guys hear me talk about all the time, but this is a fantastic time to clean your altar. Clean your altar, redo your altar, switch out some of the things that you have on there. You can start adding elements that represent abundance onto your altar. You can start working with colors that represent the season. So for example, let's say you want to create, generate, manifest more prosperity, more money. Who doesn't need more money, right? You can start putting things on your altar that represent that. So beans, rice, oatmeal, corn, you know, cream of wheat, any type of grain, something like that. I know someone's going to ask, do they have to be cooked? You can put these elements on your altar dry. They're non-perishable. They can sit up there the entire season. Should you choose to cook something and place it on your altar, you can, but we're going to get into that on the list also. You can start burning candles, for example, deep red. Red is also corresponds with money and prosperity. In Eastern Asian cultures, they burn red to attract money versus burning green. So get yourself some red candles. Maybe start burning some yellow candles. Start burning some orange candles for road opening, for success, and things like that. So that's a way to incorporate the colors in your altar, in your spiritual practice. You can also start adding actual elements like pine cones, pumpkins, sweet potatoes. I will insert some pictures probably at the end of this video if you want to see some things that I have on my altar, so be sure to watch to the end and I will share that with you. But just refreshing your altar. Apples are another good thing, non-perishables that can go on there that represent abundance. Okay, the next thing is offerings. So this time of year you can choose, maybe you've been wanting to start working with a deity, or maybe you've been feeling called. Maybe you work with a deity and you're feeling that there's a shift and you want to transition into working with someone else, or maybe you have been thinking about putting up an ancestor altar. You can start putting some offerings on your altar. Some great offerings are pies. I baked some banana bread a couple days ago, which I'm going to make today and put on my altar specifically for today. You can add, again, fruits. Here's a good recipe. This is something that my grandmother used to make me as a kid as a dessert. But get an apple, take the core out, pour some maple syrup, pop that apple in the microwave for 5 minutes. This is easy and it's quick. Now you have a baked apple. So apples represent abundance. The maple syrup is very sweet, so you want to bring things sweet into your life. You want things to come easily. You want things to be attracted to you. Who doesn't like something that tastes good? And it's a little extra step. And I'll tell you, in your spiritual practice, when you take those little extra steps, they don't have to be much, that's noticed, that's seen, that's recognized. So if you do have an ancestor altar, you do have deities on your altar, even if you don't, you can still put an offering up there to represent, again, gratitude, and to represent the things that you want to attract into your life. Excuse me, you guys, I am like, my face is itching. I don't know what's going on. Allergies are driving me bonkers this morning. The third thing that you can do is do some cleansing in the home, do some spiritual cleansing. So whether that's smudging, I always am a big fan of washing down your porch or your front door knobs, depending on where you live. So I mixed up a bucket of some sea salt, bayberry, and rosemary. You can use essential oils. You can boil it on the stove, pour it in there. I added some Florida water, and what I did was I poured it outside on the front steps. So I swept my steps really, really good, and then I poured the bucket of hot water content down the steps. I did say a few words. I said a prayer over it. I spoke my intentions for what I wanted it to do, was to cleanse, to protect, to bless, and to continue to bring in abundance, because you've got to be able to pay your bills. You got to be able to pay your rent, your mortgage, your light bill, your gas bill. The kids need to be fed, all of that. So that's something very simple that you can do. And if you don't have all of those ingredients, just sea salt, simple sea salt and hot water. If you don't have a porch, then what you can do is wash down the doorknobs of the front door. Just get it, wipe down the doorknob, wipe down the locks, maybe even go around the frame of the door and just speaking out loud or thinking in your head that you're inviting that prosperity and you're inviting that good luck in, you're inviting that peace into the home and that protection into the home. Okay, the next thing that you can do, another one that I always talk about, is take a spiritual bath. And I think that's a little self-explanatory, but do your cleansing. I do periodic spiritual baths, but what I will do is on the equinox, I will do a big one. So today, tonight, tomorrow, this would be the time to gather up your herbs, gather up your oils, and put it all together and take a spiritual bath. and it doesn't have to be long. You can soak for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. It really doesn't matter. It's that you do it and you're sweeping your aura, you're cleansing your aura, you're shedding away the stuff that you're shedding. Let's just say you're shedding away maybe things that 2020 presented that weren't that great for you. We're going to go ahead and release that and invite the good things into your life, okay? The next thing you can do, very simple, is cook a meal. Just prepare something. You're going to, excuse me guys, I'm so sorry to be picking in my face, it's just I'm itching. You're going to eat something today anyway, so if you have the time and if you have the means, cook a meal, something, maybe use some things that represent the season, and be sure to place a little offering on your altar. I bought myself some sweet potatoes from the grocery store yesterday. I got 2 sweet potatoes for $3. And I have some frozen chicken that I'm gonna pop in the oven later, and that's going to be my meal, you know, so something to that effect. I kind of mentioned this already, but you can start thinking about working with deities, energies that represent change and transformation. So I'm not going to go into a list of deities. I'm going to allow you to do that homework. And spiritually, if you do want help with that, I did an entire class on that with Oyi's son. I will put the link down in the description box on how to work with and pick the right deity for you. But you can simply do a Google search, look up deities that represent transformation, go down what type of transformation you're looking for in your life, and you can place them on your altar or give an offering to them, say a prayer, light a candle, and invite them into your life to help you make whatever changes it is that you're looking to make. The next thing you can do, which is actually really fun, is do some craft projects. If you have kids, if you have little ones, they love this. You can make yourself a wreath to put on the front door, things that you can get from Dollar Tree. You can make yourself some candles. You can even buy some tea candles and melt them down a little bit and dress them with herbs and oils, especially if you're living in a place where you can't really burn 7-day candles or you don't have a full altar set up. You can make your spiritual candles, and again, it is something really fun that kids would definitely enjoy doing. You can plant some beans, and this is another great learning opportunity. I know a lot of kids are doing homeschooling now just because of what's going on. So here's a good opportunity to teach them something and celebrate this change, this MABON, this holiday as well. So that's just an idea. The next thing you can do, as far as kind of going back to cleansing and purging and getting rid of things that no longer serve you, donate. So go into your closet, find some things you don't use, don't wear anymore, and donate them to your local charity, thrift shop, Goodwill, shelter, something like that. You'd be surprised, you've got a pair of shoes that you don't wear, and you see someone who appears to, live outdoors. Hey, would you like a pair of shoes? They're in good condition. I just don't need them anymore. Whatever the case may be. This is another way also of showing gratitude and being able to do that. We all have stuff in our closet that we're not wearing anymore that doesn't fit. And I don't know if you're like me, but I have stuff in my closet where I'm like, when I lose 10, 15, 20 pounds, I'm gonna wear it. Well, here we are 2 years later and it still don't fit. So I'm going to re-gift it to someone that can use it. The next thing you can do is call up loved ones. Call up friends or family that maybe you haven't talked to in a while. Reconnect with people. Maybe you've been thinking about people. Even if you have connected with them, just call them, check on them, see how they're doing. Oftentimes we can sometimes get into this space of, feeling as if nobody cares about us, or feeling like, how come no one calls to check on me? Well, do you call to check on them? So I'm not going to get into that. That's something that you and your conscious and ego can kind of work out. But it's another way of showing gratitude. And it is something that you can do. And it's not going to cost you anything but a few minutes of time and a phone call. So the next thing you can do is write out a list of things that you're grateful for. you can write out a list of things that you want to release. So maybe you've been dealing with anxiety or stress. Maybe you're grateful because you were able to go back to work, or you were able to grocery shop, or, you know, how about you woke up and you're able to walk around and breathe on your own. I mean, there's really a long list of things that you can appreciate. So writing out a list and burning it. Very simple ritual. Shouldn't take very long. You'd be surprised of how that really does help lift your energy and lift your spirits. Again, if you have little ones at home, have them write out a list of things that they are grateful for. Have them write out a list of things that maybe they're a little frustrated behind. Maybe, you know, they may not want to be at home. They actually wish that they were at school, and that's something that's, you know, a little frustrating. They miss their friends. They miss all of that. Have them write that out and burn it and release it. I'm telling you, this definitely works. The last thing that you can do is create a, I'm gonna have to put a picture in because it's hard for me to explain, but again, going with the craft projects is you can refresh or create what I call a herb bouquet that you hang over the front door. So you get your herbs, for example, you get some sage, some rosemary, some bay leaf, you could do thyme, you could really do any herbs that you want, some roses, some lavender, whatever, and you bind them up with some twine, you wrap them almost like you're making a smudge stick, and you hang them over the door, and that will serve as protection and welcoming in abundant energy through the rest of this year. So those are my 10 tips of how to celebrate and welcome in this beautiful energy of MABON. If you have any questions or if you have any suggestions, if I missed something, please leave that down in the comment section below. I love reading your comments. I love seeing people share ideas with each other. How are you celebrating? Are you celebrating? Or is this something that's new to you? Hopefully, if it is, I hope this has been helpful. Let me know if this information has been helpful. Please be sure to like this video, subscribe. YouTube is starting to demonetize and delete videos of truth speakers and content creators and those of us that are sharing information to those of you who are on spiritual journeys. There's a lot going on in the world, as we know. There's a lot of energy shifting, and it helps my channel, and it helps the information that I'm sharing with you get out to other people who are trying to create a wonderful and prosperous life. So if this video was helpful, if any of my videos were helpful, please hit the like button. I'm also trying to grow my channel to 100,000 subscribers, so I can just really share this information and help as many people who want it. So thank you for watching. I love you guys. I will leave all of my contact info, social media, website, all that good stuff down in the description box. And yeah, happy MABON, and I will talk to you guys soon. Love you.